everyone, I'm Laura from gosimpli.ca, and today we're going to do an at-home seated upper body weight training. You don't need really anything except a chair and one set of dumbbells, so grab them and let's get started. Okay, I've got my weights and we're ready to go. We're going to start with a ventral raise. So you're just going to take your arms straight out in front of you and raise them up nice and slowly. You'll notice I haven't put a warm-up on this video, so hopefully you've done some running around and jumping and got your heart rate up. If not, I'll put a link in the comments below or the description below, and I will also put a card up above so that you can click and find one of mine if you'd like to do that. We're going to be doing these exercises for 45 seconds on and a 15-second rest in between to sort of get on to the next move. Okay, so we've got a little rest here. Next up, we're going to do a lateral raise. So we're going to push our arms straight up to the side. I'm going to try and do both at the same time, but you can certainly alternate. Okay, here we go. At the moment, I am using a 5-pound weight, which is actually quite a lot for me to do a ventral raise. This one's lateral raise, but we just did the ventral raise, and they're both very challenging for me to do at this weight. So I'll see how I do the second time through, because we're going to do this in an A-B pattern. I will maybe have to go to alternating, which is totally fine. Or drop the weights all together, which is also totally fine. So because this workout is sitting down the whole time, we want to make sure that our abs are in nice and tight and our back has excellent alignment. Okay, take that rest there. It also means that you could do it, sitting on your couch or, just in a sturdy dining room chair. You can do it in a hotel room. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So I'm actually going to start. We're back to ventral raise here. I'm going to start with alternating. You feel free to keep going both arms if you can, or you can alternate like me. You don't even really need running shoes, again, because it's all upper body and we're seated. You can do it at work. You can do this without any weights at all and just go against your own muscle tension. So this can really be done anywhere because you need so little space to do it. It's also totally quiet. So if you live in an apartment, this is a great workout routine for you. If you have small children and they're napping and it's the only time of day that you get for yourself, then you could certainly squeeze in your workout then. But that's what's nice about sitting in a chair and doing it. And of course, if you have any, we're going to start up with our lateral raise here. If you have any mobility issues, you're coming back from a hip surgery or knee injury or, something with your ankle, and for some reason you can't be standing right now, then, there's no reason you can't keep working the upper body. Okay, so we're going to switch off to a different group next. We've done 2 of the ventral raise and 2 of the lateral raise, so we're going to move on to our next pair after this break, which is coming up in just about 5 seconds. Okay, so next up we're going to do a shoulder roll, forwards and backwards. So we're going to sort of like shrug up and push it back, and then shrug up and come back forward, okay? So get ready. All right, so now it doesn't matter if you're going forward when I'm going back or going back when I'm going forward, as long as you're doing one and then the other. I actually really like to do weight training. I didn't like it when I was a fair bit younger. I was sort of like, no, I need more cardio, and I gotta get jumping, and I don't feel like I've done a workout if I'm not jumping. And now I realize that when I'm lifting weights, my heart rate is getting up there anyways. It is totally cardio as well as muscle training. So take a little break here. Now we're going to do arm circles. I'll show you what it looks like with 5-pound weights. I can't. There's no way I can do it, and I don't want to injure myself. So I will go as long as I can, and then I will put them down. All right, so I'm going to start doing forward. The next time we go through, I'll do backward circles. Injury prevention is so much more important than trying to sort of muscle your way through a whole workout. But I still want to try. I still want to try and get, okay, I think that's about all I can do, as far as I can, so that I keep building and I get a little stronger each time. So now I'm just going to keep my arms nice and straight, nice and firm, and keep going with those arm circles. It's also extra hard because we just did those shoulder shrugs, which are a decently similar motion. So, but I am feeling that heart rate coming up. Okay, here's our break. I will pick up my weights again for the shrugs. So weight training is cardio, and that's something I just didn't realize when I was younger. And I'm really glad that I do weight training now. Okay, so back on with those shoulder shrugs, both forward and back. And it's where I have noticed the most change in the shape of my body. So where cardio, I maybe can get my heart rate up higher. When I do weight training and muscle toning, I can actually start to change the shape of my body, and my arms get firmer, and my tummy gets tighter, and my legs get definition. And my husband loves it. He says all the time, wow, you get all these sexy muscles. And, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have huge muscles, and that's fine. But I like what it has done to change the look of my body. And it's given me a lot more confidence. So you've got a little break here. And we're going to go back to the arm circles. And again, we're going to go backwards this time. I'm going to see how long I can go. So arms straight out. And I'm just going to do small circles here. And now I've already done 2 sets of the shoulder shrugs and a whole set of arm circles. So my shoulders are very tired. Okay, I'm going to put them down and continue without. And there's no shame in doing that. Like I said, you can do the whole workout without any weights, and that's fine. And it might be that some days you can do more than others. Maybe some days you can get partway through an interval with weights, and then the next day, you go to do the same workout and you're just feeling tired, and so you do it without weights. And then you never know, 3 months down the road, you might be able to do the whole thing with weights. Okay, we are moving on now to bicep curls. So I will pick up my weights for that again. I'm actually going to sit a bit far forward. My chair is a bit wide on the side. So we're just going to curl up and then lower down nice and slow. If you go really fast through the motions, then you're using momentum and not muscle. And we want to keep those elbows tucked in at our sides. So I'll show you from the side so that you can see. See, my elbow isn't splaying out. It's also not coming really far forward every time I curl. That's no longer using the bicep. So we want to keep them nice and close to the side. I'll come back this way. I don't really have enough room to do it sideways. Try and keep those wrists nice and strong and straight. Excellent. And we're going to pair this with an overhead tricep extension after our break. Take a little break, let those arms rest. I just rest my weights down on my thighs. Okay, so the weights are above your head, and you're going to go straight back and then up. So again, I will show you this one from the side as well. We try not to let our elbows splay out really wide, and we're going straight back. And actually this one I can do quite easily turn this way, so I'll just stay this way. And again, I've got my back in good alignment. I'm sitting squarely on the chair. My tummy is pulled in. That will help to support my back. Just have about 5 more seconds here. And we'll go back to those bicep curls. I don't know about you, but my arms are really burning. Maybe I need to do more upper body weight training. So we're going to go back to those bicep curls. So you'll have to let me know in the comments what kind of workouts you would like to see. Do you want more weight training? Do you want more cardio? What length of video do you want? Do you want them like 5 minutes so you can just, fit in one in the morning, one at lunch, one after dinner, and then you've got a pretty good workout in for the day? Or do you want like half an hour all at once? Let me know what you'd like, and I will try and make it for you. So again, nice and slow, really squeezing those biceps. Okay, we'll take that break and we'll go right back to the triceps. So I'm going to turn sideways again so that you can see it from the side. Well, it's just nice for me to change direction. So above my head, straight back, and then up. Once we finish this, we have 2 more groups. So 4 exercises. And just 2 more groups. We're well over halfway. Nice and slow, steady breath. Again, if you need to drop your weights, no problem, put them down. Keep going without weight. Just keep the arms moving. Excellent. So next up we are going to do a reverse fly. So I need to bend over, rest my chest on my thighs. And again, this is another one for me, okay, I'll bend over and then I'll talk. For me, 5 pounds is really heavy for a reverse fly. So I'm going to do 1 arm at a time. I actually do have a set of 3-pound weights, and that's what I usually use when I do this. Or I actually have they're like these little weighted balls, and I think they're, gosh, they might be 2. Actually, I have 2 sets. I might have a 2-pound set and a 1-pound set. And that's normally, again, one of those, depending on how much energy I have that day, is what I use. So I am alternating this, but if you're feeling super strong, you can definitely do both arms at the same time and really squeeze those shoulder blades. Okay, I'm going to sit back up. And we're going to do an upright row next. So again, I'm going to keep bent over on my thighs. Actually, no, the upright row, sorry, I'm thinking of the next one. Upright row, we're going to sit up straight and we're going to pull them right up under our chin. I got all confused there for a minute. So we'll go right up under the chin, elbows out wide. In our next set, see, I gave you a little, that was a bit of foreshadowing. And I gave you a hint in the next group, we're going to do an upright row. So my next time on the reverse fly, I might not even be able to do just 1 arm and then the other. I may drop my weights altogether, and that's okay. Right, so we've got a rest here. I'm going to lean over again on my thighs, support my chest, and fly out to the side. I'm going to start with alternating, go as far as I can, and then drop my weights. Oh, and I don't think I'm going to be able to go very far. So you'll notice I'm looking down at my feet. I'm not trying to crane my neck and look forward. I'm trying to keep my spine in good alignment there. Okay, and I'm going to drop my weights because I can feel I'm not squeezing my back as much as I should be, which means I'm not getting very good range of motion, and the range of motion is more important here. So now Actually, I'm going to go to 2 arms because now that I don't have weights, I can do them both at the same time. And that's, I'm going to step up the challenge a little bit. So I'm really squeezing those shoulder blades behind my back together. Excellent. I'm going to pick those weights up carefully, and we're going to go back to that upright row. About 5 more seconds. Okay, so straight up and back. After this, we have one more group. So 2 more exercises, 2 times for each exercise, and then we are done. And again, I haven't included a cool down, but I will put a link in the description below, as well as a card up above that you could click. Excellent. So now we're going to do a shoulder press up over our head. So I'm just going to rest my arms for a minute here, roll them out a bit. Okay, so arms up. I'm going to push straight up above our head and then come back down. And again, I've got my tummy in to protect my back. I'm sitting up nice and straight. You can sort of find a spot on the wall to look at, and if you can keep your eyes level, then you're much more likely to keep your back in better alignment. If you look down at the ground, you're much more likely to roll your back over to, follow where your eyes go. Kind of like when you drive. You look where you want to go. Just, whew, I'm feeling this too. Just a few more seconds here. Take a break, and then here's the one I said we were going to do before, the bent over row. So I'm going to again rest on my chest, and I'm going to pull straight up. Pull up. Actually, I'm going to go in a wide row. My chair is going to be in the way if I don't. And I may not be able to do this all the way through both arms at the same time. So that's it. Fine. You can switch to alternating. This isn't very nice. I'm looking down at my legs and realizing, oh, I have some very dry skin. Maybe I should take some time for myself and put a little lotion on that. And I'm sure those of you who have careers or are moms or, well, really anyone, take our break here. Life is just busy, and sometimes putting lotion on isn't high enough on your priority list. It needs to come up mine, obviously. Okay, another round of shoulder press. Straight out and down. Another reason I really like weight training is for injury prevention. We can keep our muscles nice and toned, which sadly as we age, they lose their tone much faster. And it can be, well, I guess kind of harder to build muscle, certainly to maintain it. And it's really good for our bones and helping to prevent osteoporosis. Weight-bearing activities, excellent, excellent. And I promise any ladies out there, you will not get big and bulky. Okay, last exercise. We're going back to that bent over row. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to lift weights. You're only doing your body good. Okay, I'm going to bend over here. And I'm just going to start with one arm and then the other. Right off the bat. So it's all about modifying to fit what you can do today. Listen to your body. Well, you don't want to, sort of wimp out and be lazy. You do have to listen, because if you injure yourself, then you can't work out at all. And once you get off the bandwagon, once you stop, it's much more difficult to start. Yeah. Oh, we're nearly done. Excellent, and that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this upper body weight training. Again, I'll put a cool down in the description below and in the card up above, or you can just make sure if you know how to do it on your own, just do some, tricep stretch, bicep, really roll out those shoulders and stretch across the back. Let me know what other workouts you'd like to see. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. See you soon.